Ladies and gentlemen, here we go! Introducing to you the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the green trunks trimmed with white and gold. Weighed in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 8 ounces. An amazing 50-fight record with 38 wins, 20 inside the scheduled distance. 10 defeats and 2 draws. Starting his career by winning the ABA Championship, turning professional and winning the former English and WBU featherweight champion, the former IBO British, English and Commonwealth lightweight champion, and ladies and gentlemen, he captured the interim WBA lightweight championship of the world. From the future city of culture, the city of Hull, is the champion. Wearing the grey trunks, weighing in at 9 stone, 8 pounds, 5 ounces, 15 fight record, 14 wins, 11 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 defeat. He is a member of the British Empire. He is a former ABA champion and captured the 2012 Olympic gold medal. He is the undefeated, reigning and defending Commonwealth lightweight champion, the reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, Kohan Luke Campbell! So that's it, the waiting's over. 12 rounds of the WBC Silver Lightweight Championship and the Commonwealth title.
Okay, gents, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Let's do it. Touchdown.
So many in the trade genuinely excited about this matchup. It's Luke Campbell's first defence of the Commonwealth 9 stone 9 title against the former holder and former world title challenger, Derry Mathews. It's much more than just a mix of southpaw speed and orthodox grit and spirit. There's pride on the line here. 2 very good fighters and a perfect stage.
Perfect stage. Hometown fighter against the home fighter, so to speak. Respectful start. You can see straight away, you know, Campbell not rushing in, waiting, trying to respect Derry's power, trying to respect his experience and waiting for the openings. It's a very, very interesting fight.
I think I would expect somebody like Luke Campbell at this level. I know it's for the Commonwealth title, and the Commonwealth title does mean a lot, but this is now a stepping stone towards bigger and better things on the world scene. And Campbell will thoroughly expect in his own mind to take control in this fight, take over and win quite comfortably. So interesting sitting ringside to see how this unfolds, because Derry Mathews is a very experienced quality fighter.
It is a real step up for Luke Campbell. Derry Mathews' last fight in March was here when he was beaten by Terry Flanagan for the WBO title. He's mixed at top level. He hasn't won everything, but he's always been super competitive, and a very interesting spectator in the front row is Tommy Coyle, who has shared a ring with both of them. He was beating Derry Mathews till he walked into a shot. He was taken out by both men, and he couldn't really split them when he joined us at Sky earlier in the week. Tommy, he said it's the skills and speed of Campbell, but that power of Mathews, and the fact that Luke has been down a couple of times, you just never know.
The general consensus for this fight, myself included, a lot of others, I had a conversation with a man about 10 minutes before this fight started. I said, what do you think? He said, I fancy Derry late. I said, I fancy Derry early or Luke late. I think that's the type of fight, and it's how you judge this. Does Luke come out and make mistakes early, or does he get tired later on and make mistakes later? But the general consensus is that Campbell will take control. He's the touted fighter. He's the one who's here to win and here to progress and follow on and achieve what we all expected them to achieve, being gold medalists.
That's that left hand go a couple of times. Luke Campbell with the skill set and speed, nice counter, and he'll be looking for more of that as Mathews inches his way in. And now he's an older fighter, Derry Mathews. Will he be able to cope with that youthful exuberance of Campbell? He's no spring chicken himself, Luke, at 29, but he's a younger, fresher fighter, of course, and the one on the way up, as you said.
Nothing to separate them in this first round, apart from a couple of nice, crisp-looking counters from cool hand Luke. Great amateur pedigree, that gold medal. So we expect him at this range to be dominating.
Body shot from Campbell as well. Just did a little bit more in that opener. Well, look, there's no room at the inn there. They're all squashed into, I think, 3 seats. The 3 Scousers. Jamie Carragher, great to see him. Liam, Stephen and Callum. You're this side of the fence, over this side of the ropes. You're working tonight and they're enjoying it.
You got that right, didn't you? Typical Scousers, 4 of them in 1 seat.
4 on 1 seat. Great to have Jamie with us. I know he's done some training at the Rotunda. He has been alongside Tony Bellew and will be supporting him later on. But he says pads don't hit back, Paul. That's the good thing about him.
No, exactly. He loves the boxing. He's always a big follower of all the Liverpool fighters. Derry, myself, all Tony and all the other lads. He gets behind us all.
Yep, it'll be very interesting to see if Derry Mathews can derail Luke Campbell. Campbell has had that 1 defeat to Ivan Mendy when he was down and just looked a bit out of sorts. He's regrouped and come back. Good wins over Gary Sykes in a couple of rounds in Sheffield, although Sykes has since retired. And Argenis Mendes, good fighter, former world champion in Leeds, but had to get off the canvas. Derry's had to drag himself off the canvas plenty of times. A really popular sort in the boxing community. So much respect for Mathews, and he says he's won a bundle of belts, but the world title still eludes him. Good body shot from Campbell, accurate and fast. Back comes Mathews, but they were blocked.
Cagey start from both fighters. Campbell looking to just pick the counter shots, as he's doing nicely, as Mathews backs him up, but he looks for them heavy body shots. If he can continue landing body shots like that as the fight draws on, it's dangerous for Luke.
They're swapping body shots as early as the 2nd round. Interesting tactics, Paul.
It is, and the first round was a bit close. The only difference between the both fighters is Luke Campbell's getting out of range just that little bit better. He's just judging the distance a bit better. He's making Derry fall short a little bit, and Campbell's finding the target, but Derry's landed a couple of good body shots also.
Trying to get that jab going. It made him a really good amateur himself, Derry Mathews. I remember when he burst on the scene. He was a bantam, super bantamweight, and always tall and wiry. More of a boxer in those early days, and a little
head
cut.
clash.
Yep, just above the bridge of the nose for Mathews. He has been cut countless times before. Won't worry him. He just dusts it off and gets on with it. A fight's a fight for Dirty Derry. Good defence from Campbell. Could that be the difference?
I think the defence and the distance from Campbell is good, and it's you know, Derry Mathews should be a bit better and a bit more easier with fighting southpaw due to doing a full camp for Terry Flanagan. So it's just a matter of time before Derry will probably start to judge the distance, and that's what he needs to do. Just getting his foot maybe inside Luke Campbell's foot. You see the way his foot's going to the outside now. He's just got to try and get it inside and do his work there. Campbell's taking the centre all the time.
Closing that gap nicely there. Derry Mathews getting the jab going. That's what he needs to do, establish the jab if he's going to have any success.
Yeah, good point about Flanagan being a southpaw. Campbell too. Interesting.
Starting to get into it. Once you move up your left a little bit more, a bit quicker now, yeah? Let's see that right hand now. Left boot, right hand. Jab. Jab up, jab down, jab up, left down, the right hook. Don't keep it in front. Okay. Doing combination in front of him. No. You hit it and move your leg, okay? Bang. You move your leg, okay? Yeah. Bam, bam. Jab. More jab, okay? Turn
long time, you make a finish with the jab. When he's coming, you hit it back, okay? But you need to hit him more, okay? Come hit him more. But when you hit it, go outside.
That clash causing to cut Jorge Rubio in the corner. Always admired Jorge Rubio. He had a short tenure with Amir Khan.
Round 3.
When Khan lost his unbeaten record to Bradis Prescott, but I always thought Jorge Rubio was hard done by there. He's had time with David Hay, with Guillermo Rigondeaux, a world-class trainer. He's had world-class sparring, Campbell, in Miami, Carl.
He's had world-class sparring for his whole career, been a top amateur. And then, as you mentioned there, based himself in Miami, the quality of the sparring is going to be exceptional. And that sets you up for these type of fights. Heavy sparring, hard sparring, quality, skillful, as well as hard and grueling sparring is what's important. And it'll be there in abundance out in Miami.
Surely you have abundance in Liverpool, though, too, these days.
Yeah, you do. I think Derry's based over in Marbella, in Mathews' gym over there, so his sparring will be flown in, or the people around the camp. He's moving to the left a bit better now, Derry. He got good advice from Danny Vaughan in the corner to move to the left, try and get on the outside of Campbell's jab, and then try and do your effective work from there.
Landed a good right hand. Mathews trying to get the punches in bunches going, the combinations to crank the heat up on Luke Campbell, who answers with a couple of sharp shots of himself. Criticism of Campbell is that maybe he's been an amateur for so long and a little bit of a fencer as a professional, but he can punch and he can bite down on that gum shield as well.
Some heavy-looking body shots there from Derry Mathews.
A little bit of naivety from Campbell there, stopping completely and not defending himself. The main rule in this game is defend yourself at all time. Therefore, he hadn't really said stop.
Swoops them shots in, Derry. Caught with a counter right hook there. He's got that slick, awkward southpaw right hook counter, Campbell. As you back him up, he flicks that right hook and sends you off balance. Yeah, that body shot there, which we're seeing.
He's throwing it nice to the pit of the stomach as well, Campbell, when he comes out. A nice, like a bolo type screw shot to right straight to the stomach. It's a nice shot.
Trying the body shots again, Luke Campbell with the quick hands, cool hand Luke. Mathews just falling short. He's got those big broad shoulders and he can bang 20 knockouts in those 38 wins for Derry Mathews. But he's vulnerable himself, and a left hand from Campbell was good as he tries to turn Mathews around. It really is fascinating, poised for a long battle here in the lightweight division. Looking for a big win here, Luke Campbell, which will lift him off, and a left hand catches Mathews, and down he goes. He says no, but he was caught there, and he's annoyed with himself. The crowd don't like it. But Victor Loughlin rightfully administered the count.
The feet got tangled up on the way in there for there. That's why he's annoyed, but he got caught with a shot as he was losing his balance, so it was double whammy for him. He was unlucky, but he did get caught.
I feel for him a bit there. It was a forearm as well. The shot didn't actually land clean, and the feet have got tangled, and he's gone down. But see, it's the forearm. It wasn't even a shot, you know. But the law of the land, as we said in the previous fight, the referees called it by the book. You know, it's unfortunately for Derry Mathews, it's a knockdown. It's a soft one. But it's a knockdown, it's not even a shot, you see, it's the forearm.
There you go, see, from where I was sat, Paul, it looked like the shot landed. Yeah. You saw differently, so if it's, you know, sorry, the referee's in there, and he's got to administer the count if he feels a punch landed. And that's how it can go in more sports other than boxing. You know, we see football, we see goals scored, and the ball's not gone over the line. So it's just
lucky for Derry, but 10-8 round.
Yeah. No, exactly. Good round for Luke there on paper.
Second down, round 4.
Will certainly give him plenty of confidence, that Luke Campbell. But Derry Mathews just frustrated. He's been down from plenty more heavier artillery than that. And there's another body shot from Campbell, but here comes the Mathews drive, the ferocity. And how much is left in the tank? These hard training camps and tough, grueling fights. And Campbell just sharp, accurate, and living up to his nickname, keeping cool in there.
That's another one of them body shots. Is a little bit borderline low, that one. he's really targeting the pit of Mathews' stomach, and the southpaw backhand. It's like a stiff screw shot stab to the body. That was a bit low, that one, but he's really targeting Mathews' body.
Yeah, really trying to get his breath back, and Victor Lachlan will give him time. He looked down at the Vaughan pairing in the corner.
I'm not sure how
Danny and George.
How low that body shot was. He didn't really make a deal of it, Derry, but the referee saw it and he was happy to take the rest there, Derry Mathews. The body shots are going in and they make a big difference as the fight draws on.
Yes, the stabs are these stiff, like straight arm shots to the body.
And he throws it so well out of range, Luke. Lands that shot. It's an effective shot.
And it's also setting traps because he's throwing that to the body, and then he'll feint the body, come over to the head. There's another one to the body, trying the same combination again. Got to be careful, Luke Campbell, coming out of these clinches. He's dropping his hands and not defending himself.
I think Derry Mathews now knows he's got to get close to Luke. He's got to close that gap, which I think he's trying to do.
Better right hand from Mathews. Last thing they say for you guys is that you lose your punch. And Campbell will have to be careful. He believes that with the 8-ounce gloves, Campbell won't be able to take his power, but he's got to land correctly, and it's good work from Campbell with the combinations, especially to the body.
The knockdown, Adam, could have changed Derry Mathews' tactics now. You know, he knows he's now 4 points down, 4 rounds down. That's twice we've seen that now. Campbell classily coming out and changing direction and spinning Mathews round.
Mathews tries the body shot, Campbell back with better artillery, and down he goes, and that really hurt Derry Mathews. He's in a lot of pain. He's going to have to suck it out and drag himself off the canvas. The cat's at 8. He just about gets up, and I wonder if all the wear and tear over the years are just beginning to take their toll. Campbell has found the key. And Mathews in real trouble here. He's going to have to throw something back fast. 40 seconds left in a dramatic 4th round. And Derry Mathews going for it. And the crowd are on their feet here. But down he goes again. He walks into a counter.
Showing a lot of buckle here. Derry Mathews climbing up the floor for that body shot. He's back down again.
I'm not sure he's going to make it this time. He's trying so hard. It's all over. Knocked out in 4 rounds. Biggest win of Luke Campbell's career. And Derry Mathews couldn't drag himself up as he has time and time again.
Body shots, Adam, they crucify you, and they were 2 very good body shots, which just put Derry Mathews over, and you can see the pain he's in now. You know, it's brave getting up off the first one. He looks like he's nearly going sick there off the second one. You know, you feel for him. They crucify you, don't they, Calvin? There's no way you can get up off some of them. There's just, you can try as much as you want. Some of them they just finish it, and that's that.
We thought it was set for a long, engaging battle. Campbell was giving us the body shots, and then the difference was that he landed them clean and with the power. And at this stage in Derry Mathews' career, Cole?
I mean, yes, he's at that stage where he's probably past his best, really struggling for air here. I mean, Luke calls himself cool hand, and that was a cool, calculated, calm performance because he took his time. He was landing the body shot. We talked about it, and then he finished it with them body shots.
It was cool, calm, and clinical.
It was definitely clinical. That first body shot, Derry Mathews showed a lot of courage and a lot of heart. Give him credit. He climbed up, he got himself off the canvas, and then he carried on, and he fired back as well. I want to see that round again on playback. I need to watch that because it was a tear-off. It was a swing-off for 10-15 seconds, and then this went in. You can see that there.
Yeah,
great
the
shot.
first one was an absolute peach. It was a perfect shot. It's typical. It's an easy, you know, he used to throw it lovely, Jamie Moore. He'd throw it really nice, and it's an easy shot for the southpaw to land, as strange as that sounds. Jab to the head, and then a right uppercut, right into the pit of the, left uppercut, right into the pit of the stomach. And this is the finish, and it, again, you know, a flurry of attack, and then bravery from Derry Mathews coming back. Not going to stand for that, not going to go out like that. And you know,
just trying to overwhelm,
trying to
overwhelm Derry Mathews there, and he was having none of it. He
One
fired
shot
back,
there, bang.
and there's the body shot.
And he knew it, Campbell, as soon as he landed it as well.
Still 8 off the first one. You're always going to be tender down there after that. And brave, but Campbell, the class shone through
Tell
in the
you
end,
what,
didn't it?
people thought this was a big risk for Luke Campbell. They wondered whether he could recover from what happened against Ivan Mendy, whether he was going to go on and fulfill all that promise. I tell you what, Campbell has got plenty about him. He retains his Commonwealth lightweight title in terrific fashion here against a real warrior in Derry Mathews, who's not easy to pin down.
Well, the Mendes fight, he lost, could have been the making or the breaking of him. And you're right, he's going to go on from that, and he's came on from that, and I think that fight will be the making of him.
Well done to Jorge Rubio and the team out in Miami. Luke Campbell with a fabulous performance to get rid of Derry Mathews. 2 beautiful body shots. And the Liverpool stalwart is knocked out to the delight of cool hand Luke.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Jamie Kirkpatrick has recorded a time of 2 minutes and 46 seconds of the 4th round on a count out to your winner, and still the WBC Silver Lightweight Champion and the Commonwealth Lightweight Champion from Hull, Cool Hand, Luke Campbell.
Luke, everyone's singing your praises. How happy are you with that performance, how it went, especially stopping Derry Mathews, who'd just been the distance in the world title fight against Terry Flanagan?
I'm very happy. You know, I knew this was going to be my toughest test tonight and against Derry. It was a pleasure to share the ring with Derry, and it's a pleasure to be in Liverpool to fight him. And, you know, he's a warrior. I don't know how we got up from that first shot, and he did, and I was praying he wouldn't. And then I thought he had him on the ropes. And then the warrior mentality come out and started going blow for blow. And, you know, luckily I caught him with another body shot and to close the night. But, you know, I really respect Derry. He's a great fighter and a warrior, and he's a credit to boxing.
It looks like you were looking for the body shots from quite early.
I look for every shot from here to here. It's just whatever lands. And luckily enough, that, you know, the shot just placed sweet in the right place, and, you know, it took the wind out of Derry.
Look with the tactics to out-muscle him or out-box him, because he seemed to change tactics as the rounds rolled on.
Derry's a big, strong lightweight with a hell of a lot of experience. He's been in the trenches, he's been in the wars. My game plan wasn't to stand and trade with Derry. It was to outbox him, break him down little by little, and, you know, for a points win. But, you know, if the shot lands, then great. He tagged me a couple of times in the first round. I started a little bit slow, and, you know, I could really feel what was in his gloves.
You're not one to run your mouth off, but are you going to call anyone out now, or would you like a rematch with Ivan Mendy, the one person to have beaten you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the plan. I've had a great year. I've had 3 cracking fights this year and beat 3 top opponents. So, you know, I'm climbing the ladder, and like you said, I don't duck anybody. You know, everybody knows I'll take any fight that's offered to me. And, you know, like I said, Derry was a very dangerous fight for me. But, you know, I took the fight, and because the British boxing fans wanted it. So I'll sit down with Eddie and discuss the future plan for next year.
Well done, Luke. Very impressive this evening. We'll let you get off.
Thank you.